It's so hot here, y'all. Listen. Oh god, it's hot. Hey guys, Shyleen, Shawn here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please take the time to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. Yesterday, I did a poll on my reseller Instagram that is at Shawn's_wardrobe, if you don't follow me there. And I asked, what video did you guys want to see today? Did you want to see my what sold in June video, or did you want to see my brands that I've sold in under a week video? And my what sold in June video won. So I'm here to do that. If you want like a say-so in the videos I film, you can definitely follow my reseller Instagram and vote in those polls, because it definitely gives me, you know, it makes sure that I'm putting out the content you guys want to see. So it's really hot here. I'm really sweaty. I had to turn my fan off because freaking, oh god, there's boys walking by and they seen me with my ring light. It's so fucking hot. It is super hot in here. I had to turn off my fan because of noise. It's been like 90 to 95 degrees every day in Akron, and I'm just honestly dying. So if you start seeing some like beads of sweat drip down my face, that's why. But we are here to do my what sold in June video. It was my best month ever. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I'm 21. I've been a full-time reseller since May 17th of this year. I started reselling very loosely, very part-time in October. Really all last year was like super minimal efforts, super part-time, probably like thrifting once a month. But yeah, this month was my best month ever. May was my best month ever, but this month is, and I feel like it's only gonna go up from there. I definitely feel like June is either going to be just as good or better, hopefully better. But here goes my stats. I hope this can help you kind of see where you can go. I didn't think that my earnings or my profit was gonna be this good, you know, because this was my first full month reselling. And honestly, when I quit my job, I was really nervous about, was this sustainable? Was I gonna have enough money financially? Was this realistic? Should I just get a part-time job I work 3 days a week? But I can sustain myself, and it's great because it's done wonders for my mental health. If you can work from home, I definitely suggest it. If you have a skill that you can make money from and not have to go in and work a regular 9 to 5 and you have mental health problems, I definitely recommend it. It's done wonders for me. But I'm gonna do my stats. If you're interested, stick along. If you're not interested, click the X. Either way, I'm here and I'm about to share them. Okay, so in June, my earnings were $1,570.72. If this is your first what sold video you've watched of mine, earnings is not like the sale price, the sticker price. That is the money that counts, the money that got put into my bank account. So I've already deducted shipping discounts and fees from that. I do sell on Poshmark and Mercari, so I will let you know though, majority of my sales are Poshmark. I made 8 sales on Mercari this month, but yeah, so my earnings were $1,570. Profit was $1,155.16, so I made over $1,000 profit this month, which is amazing. And my cost was $415.56. So I turned $415.56 into $1,570.72, and I profited $1,155.16. So that lets you know about what I'm doing over here. My average earnings were $18.92. I feel like typically I sell things anywhere from 15 to 30 bucks. I sold 83 items last month, and the average time it took for me to sell an item was 3.2 weeks. So yeah, that's pretty much my stats in a nutshell. I'm gonna go over May just so you guys can see like some growth that's happened. In May, in May, my earnings were $967. Profit was $757, and my average price was $18.60. So I took my average price up a couple dimes, nothing major. Last month I sold 52 items. This month I sold 83 items, so I definitely took that up. And there was a $603 difference in earnings and a $397 difference in profit. The biggest thing I can say is the reason why there's such a difference is because I was not full-time in May. I was still working 40 hours a week at a regular 9-to-5 job. I went full-time. I quit my job May 17th. That was my last day. And then we went on like a week-long vacation. So, you know, the end of May really doesn't count. But July or June was my first entire month reselling. So that's why these numbers are the best numbers you're gonna get right now, because I was sharing my closet 3 times a day. I was listing new items every day. And I mean, my stats were great. I'm so happy about this month. So that is overall. I'm not going to break down Poshmark because that would have taken a lot of work, but I will break down what I did on Mercari. I do cross list to Mercari. I really don't cross list. I don't cross list to Depop. I tried Vinted, and I just don't care for the way the platform's set up. I think the app is bad built and ugly as fuck, so I really stopped. Mercari's okay, but I prefer Poshmark over everything. But on Mercari, I did 8 sales, totaling, sorry I keep saying totaling $150.90. I had an $18.86 average, and my biggest sale that month, last month on Mercari, I sold a pair of Michael Kors gold Darby espadrilles. They're still on the Dillard's website for 99 bucks, and they were new without tags. My earnings were 37 bucks, and I profited $31 because I bought those for 6 bucks at Clothes Menor on 70% off clearance. So that was my biggest sale on Mercari. I sold a $100 blazer today on Mercari, and I had the preconceived notion that everybody on Mercari was like super cheap and trying to get a deal because that's how people were like treating my items. But I would list your high items there too, because lots of Tory Burch sells on Mercari, lots of Ray Dunn expensive ass pottery sells on Mercari, lots of expensive Funko Pop sell on Mercari. People on Mercari got money just like anybody else, and if you have time to cross-list, I would recommend cross-listing there. If you want like a full video on what I think of Mercari or like their process or anything, let me know. But I don't really think I've made enough sales to really give advice, to give too much advice on the platform. Okay, so breaking down what I sold in June, I sold 2 tunics. I sold one tunic tank, and 1 tank. I sold 6 short sleeve tops. I sold 10 long sleeve tops or blouses, 2 pairs of jeans, 1 pair of pants, 1 pair of shorts, 1 pair of capris. I don't sell lots of bottoms. I sold 5, 10, 15, 19 dresses. I sold 7 pairs of heels, 2 pairs of flats, 3 pairs of mules. I love picking up mules. They're super trendy. They sell really quick. 2 pairs of wedges, a pair of espadrilles, a pair of sneakers, a pair of sandals, and a pair of loafers. I sold 3 belts, and I sold 6 men's items. One of those 6 men's items was a belt. I sold shoes, pants, jacket, belt, shoes, and a hoodie for the men's items, and then I also sold 7 plus size items. I felt like that was significant to bring up because plus size definitely does sell. I sold 3 different swim items, 3 cardigans, 2 athletic pieces, both Lululemon, 1 intimate. It was a Notori like nightgown type thing. I sold a sweater, 3 blazers, 1 jumpsuit, 1 skirt. So yeah, that kind of breaks down what I sell. My niche is definitely dresses and heels. Those are kind of my favorite things to pick up. So that was like my overall stats, and then kind of just breaking down what I sold. I'm not going to go through every item I sold this month, obviously, because I sold 83, but I do have some highlights and some downfalls. Comes with the territory. You're not going to sell everything super quick. I'm going to do my downfalls first, just because I don't want to end the note, I don't want to end the video on like a like shitty sales note, so I'll do my downfalls first. I sold, this was the longest item. It took me 18 weeks to sell this item. It was a LuLaRoe 2X Classic Tee. I paid $1.80 for it. It took me 20 weeks, so never mind. That wasn't the longest. It took me 20 weeks to sell a pink Lafayette 148 shift dress. It didn't have the size, so people had to go off of my measurements, and my picture wasn't the best. But Lafayette 148 really isn't a quick seller on Poshmark anyways. It took me 10 weeks to sell a new at tags LuLaRoe Shirley, and that sold on Poshmark. And then it took me 10 weeks to sell a pair of Chico's amber blue crocodile embossed pumps. Chico's doesn't even sell shoes anymore on their website, but those did sell, and I made a decent profit on them. Okay, so now we're going to go over my highlights. I really didn't know what you guys wanted to see this month because I knew I wasn't going to go over every single item because there was 83 of them. Leave me some suggestions for what you want to see for next month for sure when it comes to my what sold video. I do anticipate to do better than this month, so I'm definitely probably not, let's not say definitely, but I probably will not go through every single item. But just leave me suggestions for what you guys want to see as far as my stats go. So my highlights, I sold a J. Crew collection dress. It was a 2013 piece. I don't like to pick up anything too old, but since it was J. Crew collection, I still picked it up. And it was the Misty Fog floral dress. The great thing about J. Crew is they have style numbers on the care tag, so I found the style number. Style number took me to the website. It took me to a couple stock photos, and this dress actually sold next day. I paid $15.20 for it, but I didn't pay $15.20 for the dress. I gave her a free New It Tags $40 J. Crew scarf. So $15.20 is the cost of the dress and the scarf. My earnings were $101.51 and my profit was $86.31, and if I remember right, I believe that's like my highest profit so far, and that sold on an offer to likers. I had the dress listed at $150 and I was gonna send out $100 free shipping, and something told me, you know, hit the 10% button. It's only been a day, you know, you can wait a little bit longer. So I hit 10% for $135 and the lady bought it like immediately. So I was super happy about that. The second item is the Michael Kors Darby espadrilles that I sold on Mercari. Those sold for a best offer. I had them listed for, I believe, $75, and I think she offered me, I forget what she offered me, but I'll have screenshots of the stuff. So let me scoot over so I got room later when I'm editing this. Next item was another Michael Kors item. It was a Michael Kors New It Tags linen blazer. I bought this at Clothes Manor on 70% off clearance for $660. My earnings were $40, so my profit was $33.40. And that was a full price sale. Sold in 2 weeks. The rest of these items I pretty much sold from last Wednesday up until the 30th. So I had a $241 day last week, which boosted my sales out of the water. I was super grateful. My sales were almost at 500 if they weren't at 500 for last week. But I sold a Boston Proper nude ruched dress that sold the same day in a couple hours. I paid $5 for it. My earnings were $36, so my profit was $31. And I took a best offer on that. I listed it at $60 and I believe she offered me $45. I sold a Tularosa Marisol dress that sold the next day. I paid $8 for that and my earnings were $36. My profit was $28. It sold on a best offer. I listed it for $80 because it was originally $180 and she offered me $45 and I accepted it because Revolve had it on clearance for $44. So I figured why not. Next item I sold is a Tadashi Shoji New It Tags fuchsia dress. Sorry if I look sweaty because I feel sweaty. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, sis, it's hot. Okay. I paid $8 for that. My earnings were $38.50 and my profit was $30.50. That sold on offer to likers in a couple of days. I sold a J. Jill Love Linen New It Tags $119 dress. I paid $12 for that, and I felt comfortable paying $12 because it was New It Tags $119. It sold for full price at $50, so my earnings were $40, and then my profit was $28. But it did take 10 weeks for that to sell, which was definitely a bummer. I also sold a couple hours later for full price a Lily Pulitzer strapless Hottie Day print dress. I paid $14.40 for that at a Clothes Manor in Virginia. My earnings were $40. It sold at $50 and my profit was $25.60. And then I sold a Lolly Swim open cut one-piece bathing suit. I paid $1 for that. I listed it for $40. She offered me $30. Earnings were $24 and profit was $23. So that sold on best offer. So yeah, those are my highlights. Oh my god, it's so hot I can't film this video. Okay, so those were my highlights for the month of June. June was really good to me. My profits were great. I did over $1,000. And I think why I did good is because I'm in competition with myself and not with anybody else. And that really keeps me on track because I'm constantly looking at last month's numbers and what I was doing and seeing what I can do to pretty much be a better reseller and make more money, because at the end of the day, this is my job. I have debt to pay off and student loans and everything else that a 21-year-old has. But those were my highlights, my earnings, my profits. I hope it helps you. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'm an open book. I'll answer anything. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. My Nicole State reseller mystery box did come in the mail, so that video will be up later on this week. We're gonna have a live Sunday thrift haul at 6 p.m. I gotta hit at least one thrift store this week. And yeah, that's it from me. Hope you guys like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Peace out.